actually seen before, right? So we do have Mr. Mutton versus hoppyKnitz, but we have the hoppyKnitz ABSA. Now I've played, multiple Iron Mans with Hoppy. I do not think their ABSA's that good.
We're just gonna have to see.
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna have to see. Either way, gonna be starting things off on Jules Vale. ABSA as a character has a lot of options that can deal with Pomme relatively well, right? It's a matter of Pomme's edge guarding is good, but ABSA's recovery is great. ABSA's, kill options are so incredibly strong and incredibly consistent, especially against a character like Pomme, who's super light and will die immediately. Like at 71%, an up air would kill if you get like an F tilt up air and a down air up air, right? But the question is, can Hoppy pilot this character to a great enough amount of effectiveness to make use of this counter pick? Who knows? Either way, this stock is looking really good for Hoppy, but Mutton now starting to adjust, starting to get exactly where it is that he needs to be.
Yeah, as ABSA, I think this is actually a pretty scary matchup, at least, because Pomme kind of has the perfect tools to contest her. Vince beats out Thunderline of all things, which even Clarence down special doesn't. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to explain that one, but either way, Hoppy gonna need to explain where this ABSA's been hiding, because with a quick 2-stock, Hoppy looking to make it a 3-stock. Hold on! Alright, and just like that,
burns their wall jump early.
Yeah, an early wall jump from Hoppy, unfortunately gonna end their stock prematurely, but either way, this ABSA's been doing so much work.
I mean, just seeing ABSA bully Pomme and not let her get her notes out at all is pretty astounding.
Oh,
there it was. Lord. There it was. I told you. I warned you.
Madeline, the bearer of bad news, gonna be, telling us of the end times, but dear lord, it seems that it doesn't really matter to Hoppy. He's gonna continue to rack up so much damage, and this Pomme at 124% going right off the top into that blast zone. No Vince can save you from this goat. Dear God.
So game 2, we're actually seeing a character switch from Hoppy, which is surprising considering how dominant the last game was. But from my limited knowledge as a budding ABSA player, I think I wouldn't disagree with this switch if Hoppy was just switching.
Yeah, I mean...
And we've got Dreamscape Horseburn here, one of the prettiest skins in the game.
Okay, now I'm almost certain that Hoppy's just playing random.
Possibly.
Like I said, Hoppy is a long-time player, has a lot of characters under their belt. They have a huge amount of mastery with characters like Zetterburn, with Crag, with Maypul, with Olympia, and apparently with ABSA. But if you're going to pick Forsburn into anyone, Mr. Mutton was one of the best Forsburn players in the game until Pomme came out and then decided to start maining Pomme. Right? If anyone's gonna understand this matchup, Mutton's not a bad candidate to go to.
Yeah, just like that, you saw a lot of awareness from Mutton, knowing where to DI Forceburn there to avoid the combust.
Yeah. I do want to note that there's one big thing about Hoppy secondaries, right? Where Hoppy used to have this really big issue with their secondaries, where if they're playing Maypul, right? Their neutral is super, super nuanced. If they're playing a secondary like Zetterburn or Crag, it basically took all of that nuance in terms of, I want to make you play my game, and turn it into, I'm going to hit buttons, and then if you hit me, I'm going to hit more buttons, right? But this time we're seeing that kind of adjustment from Hoppy, not simply just mashing whenever it is a possibility, but this time going to be able to rack up as much damage as possible. It feels like against Mutton, Forsburn might not be the play.
Certainly not. We're seeing Mutton just showing a lot of awareness of the character here.
Yeah, I mean, Mutton knows exactly what Forsburn's hitboxes and ranges are, but either way, Hoppy's just going to be able to rack up a little bit of damage here and there, just looking for the return. Like, you might not be able to get this stock first, but if you can put Mutton into a dangerous position, you might be able to get it on the respawn. And just like that, looking for it on the respawn, Mutton, with the notes available, going to be able to rack up
Hoppy
a lot of
going for the
damage
dare
also.
spike.
And Mutton, it will sneak right back on stage, right past the Force Burn. And Hoppy
showing their inexperience with their secondaries compared to their more familiar characters, definitely, by missing that dare spike.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? But either way, that back air not going to be able to kill just yet. Mutton still able to sneak back on stage, still able to hold onto the stock. And Hoppy at 94% with Combust online, still not going to be able to seal out the stock. All right, and
But Force Burn with Combust here is a pretty big deal. This might be the opportunity Hoppy needs to go for a 2-0 here, which would be quite shocking.
Yeah, definitely would be, but either way, you know, hoppyKnitz
going
to go down to
making me eat my words. Mutton putting himself on the board here against Hoppy.
Yep, and just like that, you know, Mutton in such a solid position. If Hoppy continues to make these swaps, okay, now you can't convince me that Hoppy's not playing random.
Hoppy's playing random.
Hoppy's playing random.
We've got a random picker, folks.
Oh baby, I mean, like, honestly, it's definitely not something I feel like is done in terms of disrespect in any sort of way, right? You know, we are going to be seeing the Blazing Hideout pick coming out for the Eliana, but like, I don't know, right? You know, there's some players like Sego, like Hoppy, who sometimes genuinely don't feel that comfortable in picking a certain character and say, you know what, I have my fundamentals, I know exactly what it is that I can do. I want to make sure that, you know, if I just pick a random character, then maybe my opponent will be really messed up about it and not have and not be ready.
I would agree with you if this was a Psycho set, but this is Hoppy.
I mean, Hoppy does have, you know, a lot.
Hoppy has those fundamentals for sure, but Eliana.
I mean, I can tell you, right? You know, like if, like I think that if Hoppy did a limited random pick, it would be a lot better. But I can tell you with 99.99% confidence that Hoppy's Eliana is their worst character by a long shot.
And that's certainly because there's just a lot of Eliana-specific things you need to learn.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a bit rougher in terms of, you know, having the fundamentals.
We're seeing that, and we're seeing that here with the heat management, putting themselves in a pretty big disadvantage state that Mutton just didn't seem to be taking advantage of until now, possibly saving that information for later in this set.
Yeah, I mean, either way, hoppyKnitz is going to be in a really rough position here. Mutton, with that back air, not going to connect, but still able to survive for just a little bit longer. But, you know, sometimes it doesn't matter how little Eliana you know. If you're overheated and your opponent's in special fall, F-Strong is the way to go. Either way, with that up air, back air, hoppyKnitz seemingly coming alive for just a little bit, but is it too little too late as Mr. Mutton with that dash attack able to get the Eliana so far off stage, no chance that this snake survives much longer.
That DI was so soaked.
I mean, it's such a...
That DI all the way out. I would have liked to see DI, no DI with a drift instead of hard DI out. Especially on dash attack at a high percent. There's just so much Pomme can do with that much more stage positioning.
Yeah, I mean, either way, hoppyKnitz just trying to at least get a stock in response before losing this one, but Mutton trying to make sure that Hoppy just does not get to play the game anymore. Up air 1, up air 2, just every
Mutton
up
committing a little bit too hard for that stock, but managing to seal it anyways. There's a 2-1 on the board.
Yeah, I mean, 2 games on the board for Mr. Mutton here, and hoppyKnitz. All right, here we go. This is how it works if you're playing against Hoppy. Hoppy always has a lot of options that are available to them, right? And if they are not feeling threatened, they will not bring out the Maypul. And once you have back against the wall, that is when the Maypul will start coming on out. hoppyKnitz, tourney game on the board here. Going to be taking it to Fire Capital on the Maypul. All right, and I mean, hoppyKnitz just very recently had an incredible run at Genesis. If I remember correctly, I do believe it was 9th place on the Maypul. Either way, going to be able to rack up quite a bit of damage, but Mutton now in such a good position, looking for a second up air, not going to be able to get it just yet. Either way, Nair Fair not going to be able to connect. And yeah, this seems to be like a bracket of the rats. Like, we've seen 3 Maypuls in bracket from 3 different people now. Either way, not going to be able to seal things out with that tether up air, but Pomme with that down strong going to be able to take stock number 1.
Yeah, Hoppy really struggling to make Mutton play their game here.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, if you're Hoppy...
Until that seated down strong. Man.
Yeah?
And then we get a kill.
I mean, if you're Hoppy, right, you know, like, you take this game, but how exactly is it that you take this setback, right? Like, even right now, taking the game is not something that's... Oh, my lord. Not something that's guaranteed in the slightest. Mutton with so many up airs and making full use of that float. Oh, but here it is. hoppyKnitz, a master of making you play their game. Oh my lord, Tether Fair not going to be able to sell the stock just yet as hoppyKnitz is looking continually for a kill, and no matter where you go, Mutton, Hoppy is going to be able to find you.
Mutton letting that note rip. Obviously, they didn't have any choice there, but just having the awareness to know to follow up on that. Really good from them.
Yeah, I mean, either way, hoppyKnitz is just looking to rack up as much damage as possible, getting as much extra credit as physically possible on this stock. Got the side B available. That's one. Not going to be able to get wrap number 2, but wrap number 3 coming in hot, looking for another stock. The reverse coming out from Mutton, going to be able to sneak back on stage, not going to be able to set up into a fair though. And no resources on Hoppy. Hoppy was dead there, but Mutton saving Hoppy for just a bit and paying for it with his life. Oh boy.
All right, so we're going into game 5 here.
Game 5, and just like that, you know, hoppyKnitz is already starting this off in full control.
Just immediately making Mutton play their game and keeping them there.
Yeah.
Right and wrap where they want him.
Dude, oh my lord.
Just going into that strong punches. Just punishes, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, like, all of us are out here playing Rivals 1. Hoppy is out here already playing Rivals 2. Like, you cannot tell me that this is, like, the same kind of game. Like, Hoppy just knows exactly where it is their opponent is going to be and forces them to it every single time. Alright, gonna be able to dash back away from Mutton to sustain just fine. Another uppy on landing. And another up, dear lord, uppy number 3, and Hoppy gonna be able to take stock number 2. Looking for the reverse comeback. And just like that, one wrap, another wrap, another, dear lord, hoppyKnitz.
Hoppy, I'm sure Mutton has a family.
Oh my lord.
Hoppy like looking for a straight up 3 stock here. But yeah, gonna lose it to that fair though.
Yeah, Mutton not gonna be giving it to them as hoppyKnitz with one more Lily set up, looking to seal out this game. A nair into soft tether and reseed. Dear lord, I have no idea what Hoppy's gonna be showing us next. Oh, and just like that, Hoppy able to sneak back on stage, back in neutral. I think they're just looking for the uppies right now. But who really knows when it's Hoppy?
Oh my goodness.
Back air, tether, nair, not gonna be a tether nair, gonna be a tether reseed, as hoppyKnitz had a guaranteed kill, not going to take it though. just like that, Mutton now with a new lease of life, just looking to try to seal out the stock. Okay, we got the uppy coming out from Hoppy, gonna be able to seal out game number 5 and take it 3-2.